Water. Are you allergic to water? So we touched on it earlier. I think this is a good way to wrap it up. And just run me through that. Because you're drinking beer. I offered you a water. You said no.
Yeah. Beer has water in it, probably. You look through the ingredients.
Has to at some point, right?
At some point.
So, like, what's the deal?
It's super random. Like, I don't know, the first year closing the park, like that first year doing the road trip, like 2013, going to Gyptopia, doing Wake Nation Cincinnati. We did Hexagon. We did McCormick's, OW, like did a bunch of different parks on our way. Was kind of stuffy after riding. Didn't really think anything of it. That time, bought some allergy medicine, not knowing that it was drowsy. So I counteracted me being tired with energy drinks, trying to drive. Screwed me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like opened up the park. Everything was like, when I rode, I'd kind of get congested, just take a allergy medicine. But the end of the season, I spent like 6 hours in the water, diving down, pulling out anchors. You kind of release the mud when you pull out the anchors, swimming anchors to the shore. Did it all kind of by myself. I was there for like 6 hours, pulling all the features out of the water, thinking that that's what I had to do. It was my first winter. Didn't want anything to break in the ice. And went home, went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night, like super congested, like take an allergy med, wake up, like super congested, like trying to blow my nose. Wake up at 6 a.m. to like go to work. Had a roommate that worked construction with me at the time. Go into the kitchen. He's like, "What the fuck?" And like my face was all swollen. And I'm like, "Yeah, man, like I can't go to work today. Can you go like make sure the guys are all good? Like I got to go back to bed." And like my mom's a nurse practitioner. Sent her a picture. Like, "Mom, what's going on?" Like she's like, "Go back to bed. Our clinic doesn't open till 9. Come in at 9. I'll get you in to see one of the doctors." Go back to bed. And it got like way worse. I drove. It was probably, 5-minute drive from my house. I could hardly see. My eyes were swollen shut. Could hardly breathe. Get in there. Like all the staff, like they know my mom. They know who I am. Didn't know who I was. Get me into a room. Mom was off that day. Doctor like hits me with a shot of adrenaline, trying to kind of like slow it down. They call the ambulance. They call my mom. I could hear my mom scream on the phone, like, what's going on? They get me into the ambulance. It was a girl I went to high school with, was one of the paramedics. She's like, "Okay, sir, like, what's your name?" And I laughed. She's like, "No, sir, like, what's your name?" I'm like, "Andy Oak." She's like, "Fuck." So like she grabs a shot of adrenaline, puts it in me. We're full lights and sirens to the hospital, which is like a half an hour away. They give me another shot of adrenaline on the way. Get into the hospital. They're like rushing me through the hospital, throw me in a hospital bed, another shot of adrenaline. They're trying to put an IV in me. It was like 18 attempts. My veins were shutting down. It was fucked. My mom showed up. I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Mom, can you just put the IV in me? This girl doesn't know what." She's like, "Andy, calm down. Your veins are shutting down. You're struggling here." Like,
I know.
Yeah. So they finally got an IV into me. Mom's like, she knew I was good now that I had an IV, and she's like sending pictures to my brothers. Like, they didn't know who I was. Like, it was ridiculous. I'll have to send you the photo.
Yeah, if you have a picture, send me that.
It was real bad. Like, my face was huge. It took like a week and a half for my face to go like back to normal size.
Wow.
And it was, doctors had no clue what it is. So there's been like, that was like the scariest time. And like, I don't Great Lake surf anymore. I'll go out if it's big and it's worth it. Because when you're surfing in the Great Lakes, it's wind generated. There's water crap coming out of the rivers. It's just gross.
Well, especially in discussing old Huron. Lake Michigan's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So yeah, like I don't lake surf anymore. I can surf in the ocean and I'm fine.
Really?
Because it's only when I get it like up my nose.
Okay.
So like bad bales wakeboarding. So like that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't ride that much. Because it's like when I used to do it, it'd be like, all right, what do I got going on tomorrow? Because I know I'm going to be struggling tomorrow at work, like sniff is like just all clogged up and just, it's like, okay, what do I got going on tomorrow? All right, let's learn a new trick today. I don't got like, it's okay if I'm stuffed up tomorrow.
It's chill day.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I have medication now that I take. It's prescription. I'll take it before I ride, and if it's really bad, then I'll take one later on, and I'm usually pretty good. If I'm doing like our aqua park where you have to dive down constantly, you're in the water for like 6-8 hours, diving down, connecting the features, kind of positioning everything, and I'm stubborn that I don't like get other people to do it. Because then you have to pay them for it. So
stubborn is a theme here.
Yeah. It's like I want to do as much as I possibly can myself. Like usually with the aqua park, it's like Liam and I doing it. But and then like the staff on shore, like passing stuff out, blowing everything up or whatever. But it's a lot of diving down. And at the end of the season, it's usually cold. So it's like diving down, unhooking it, pushing it to shore. The staff drag it up and clean it off and deflate it. But yeah, so it's neat. Like, if I don't have medication,
it's bad.
It's bad.